Hey folks, how you doing? This is Kurt, your host of the Mañana morning check-in. It is Monday morning, right? So Monday morning, it's October 4th, 2021, and I wanted to jump right out and just welcome you to Q4. Now, technically, some people would say Friday was the opening of Q4, and they'd be right? So technically, Friday was the first, right? October 1st, the first day of Q4, but you know what? It was Friday. How many times, especially in a corporate world, is Fridays kind of like they might be doing month end preparation on the accounting side or something like that. But for a lot of the operational people, it's like, man, it's the last day of the month. It's a Friday. Yeah, I can't wait to get out of here. Right. And so today's Monday. Welcome to your new day. Right. Welcome to Monday. Now, for those of you watching on the replay on LinkedIn, and I might even post this one up as a replay on the Mañana Facebook page as well. But and if you're live, thank you, because I keep begging people, go to the YouTube channel, click subscribe, join the list. My goal is to get over 1,000 people on YouTube so that I can get access to more tools. And I'm a long way from 1,000 people. So I would love to have you, click subscribe and get notified, when I go live in the mornings. Now, typically I do this every weekday. And if you're watching the replay, you might find humor in this. I'm constantly throwing up like, hey, this is, the connecting on LinkedIn is my energy. I love connecting on LinkedIn. I love asking people to participate in a 15-minute discovery call, a sales-free environment, right, where we can get in and just kind of, do a needs assessment, basically, right? Like who are you? What are your goals? How do you work? What are you looking for? Is there someone in my network that you would like to meet? How can I help you promote your latest mission or your latest incentive? And it's a quick 15-minute call. So it goes pretty quick. Now, I love those things. And I'm really big into these discovery calls. Well, my day was full of distractions, and I've been productive. I found a way to be productive. I found a way to get my work done. I found a way to do things I wanted to get done, especially for you guys, people in the Mañana community. But I wrote and published an article today on how to avoid distractions. I had a possible distraction to go mountain biking today. I had a couple of other distractions that could have popped up, but I had one distraction that was scheduled and that I should have made. And that was one of those discovery call meetings. Now, typically my discovery call meetings are after 9 o'clock in the morning. Typically they're after 9 and up until like 3 in the afternoon. However, I had scheduled one on someone else's calendar where I said, hey, do you want to get together for a discovery call? And she was gracious enough to say yes. When I first scheduled the call, I thought I was scheduling it for 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but then I got the confirmation that said your call is scheduled for 2 a.m. And that's when I realized, hey, this person's on the other side of the planet, right? The time zones are completely wickety whack. She is on the other side of the planet. And so I rescheduled that meeting, and her latest meeting was like 7:45 a.m. Now I scheduled that and I set my phone as an alarm, and through distraction, right, whether it be the dogs, whether it be the dog that was barking across the street, Clark, we got a new, our newest neighbor in the neighborhood is a 200-pound dog named Clark. And boy, he's got a lot of opinions. He likes to express them periodically. Oh, the rewards of going live, sneezing on camera. Excuse me. So anyway, long and short of it, I'm writing an article to go out in this week's value-added email for Mañana about avoiding distractions. So here I am, patting myself on the back for not going mountain biking, even though I'd love to go mountain biking. And I explained that there's good distractions and there's bad distractions. A bad distraction would be, I saw the headline this morning that said there was an oil leak. Oil leak, is that the right way to phrase it? Anyway, oil contamination out at Huntington Beach. Now, Huntington Beach is one of the closest beaches to me. I live in Southern California. And so when I see the headline that says, hundreds of thousands of gallons of oil, of crude oil have leaked on the shores of Huntington Beach, I'm like, oh no, right? That's a negative distraction. So the positive distraction would have been going mountain biking. The negative distraction is, oh, bad news, right? And these things, whether positive or negative, begin to create a cycle in your own head, and they distract you from what you're meant to do. They distract you from the greatness that is planned for you for the day. I believe that. So I didn't go mountain biking. I knew I had other things I needed to do today. I tried to put down the phone and not look at any more headlines after seeing that headline about the beach. And then, and for everyone else, it's different. Like maybe you don't care that there's oil on the beach, that's fine. But maybe there's something that is distracting you, right? Maybe it's your social media. Maybe it's, Fox News. Maybe it's MSNBC. Maybe it's, maybe you listen to InfoWars. I don't know what your thing is, but whatever it is, it's a distraction. And so to me, balance is key. And I put this in the value added email today. There needs to be balance, right? Like you need to be knowledgeable about the world you live in. You need to be cognizant of others and others' needs, right? But you also need to be able to focus when you have that energy available. Focus on that which gives you forward momentum, that which adds to the greatness, that which puts you in a direction, to add value to other people. And as you add value to other people, that it comes back, right? It's like a recirculating bin, right? So if you add value to others, it finds a way to add value to yourself. And so for me, I'm constantly looking in those areas. And what I found so truthful about what came out today was I put out that email, right? I put out that value added email. I made a video and I made this big post and I did my value added, sent it out to everybody. And then I got the notification. Hey, I missed you for our meeting this morning. I hope you're okay. Folks, that went through me like a dagger, right? Not only was it something I love to do, I love these discovery calls. I love meeting new professionals. I love seeing what they're up to. I love to see what they're focused on. I love to see if there's, hey, is there someone else in my network where you two would plug in together and be a really good pair, right? And so I really enjoy them and I missed it, right? So bad on me, I missed it. Worse, it was the last meeting of her day. She could have called quits an hour ahead of that. You know what I mean? She could have said, oh, I have this meeting coming up at whatever her time was, but 7:45 for me, right? So maybe it's the end of her day. Maybe it's her 5 o'clock meeting, right? And she's like, at 3 o'clock, maybe she didn't have anything else planned until 5. And then it was me, and then I don't show up for it. I know what that does to somebody's mental state. I know what that does to the end of somebody's day because I've had it done to me. I feel horrible for that. So, I blew it for her. I blew it for me. I really don't have a good excuse. And I wrote that to her in a LinkedIn response. I said, I'm sorry. I really don't have a better excuse. I apologize. All I can do is take ownership of it and know that I screwed up. But, at the end of the day, what I wrote about was the very thing that caused my failure. My day started out different. I was woken up early. I was taken off of task early. I got distracted by the news, right? And then I tried to catch up and get refocused on what I thought I had to do for the day. And I missed that I had that appointment scheduled for 7:45 because I usually don't meet with people before 9 o'clock. And just because it was a little bit off of center, just because it was a bubble off, I blew it. And I didn't just ruin it for myself, I ruined it for her as well. So if she's watching the Mañana morning check-in, I hope she understands. I am horribly sorry. Horribly sorry. I apologize. I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like to no-show people, and I don't like to cause people unnecessary concern. People that know me know that I'm generally somebody who likes to follow up on what he says. And so if I don't show up for something, a lot of the assumptions are he fell off his motorcycle, he got hurt mountain biking, he's in the hospital, he's got COVID. People think the worst because I usually provide my best, and I blew it today. So I got to get back on it, and I will. But if you're watching this on LinkedIn and you're kind of watching what I do, right? Because Gary Vaynerchuk would say, hey, don't do what I say, do what I do. But if you're watching what I do, right? I'm inviting people for discovery calls. I'm inviting people to share their contacts with me. I'm sharing my contacts with them. I'm trying to be like this matchmaker that's working really well in the professional space. And, today was not a good example of that. So folks, have yourself a wonderful day. have a kicking week. This is one stumbling block for me this week, but it's not going to define my week, right? As I've said to you guys for the last couple of years of these live videos, we have to find the opportunities within the obstacles. We have to find the silver linings around those clouds, and we've got to push forward. Forward momentum is key. Momentum is what helps us to keep moving along, and speaking of momentum, out of the blue, and it's not out of the blue. You know how an Olympian will say, "Oh, someone is so surprised at your sudden success," and it's like, I didn't suddenly succeed. I've been working at this for 30 years, right? I've been working at this for 20 years, because Olympians are usually younger. Out of the blue, over this weekend, six different motorcycle dealerships have reached out through LinkedIn to get in touch with the Power Sport Academy to find out what we can do for them to help them in their training season. That's pretty huge, right? Now I say out of the blue. If it's not out of the blue. I shared with the Mañana audience everything I was going to do through the month of September to try and gain interest in the Power Sport Academy. And here's the thing, it's coming true, right? So that is fun. Momentum is a fun thing, and it's fun to ride it. So folks,